Good morning everyone, my name's Dannye. I'm a corporal in D Company, 1 Royal Welsh. I'm here in Tapa as part of the Enhanced Forward Presence Battle Group. What I'm going to talk to you today about is a little bit about what we're doing here in Tapa and then a bit about myself. I'm talking to you today from the back of a Warrior armoured fighting vehicle. I'll cover a little bit more of that later on in my talk. So first, a little bit about myself. I'm 33. I'm from Bridgend in South Wales. Wales is part of the UK, but it's its own country just to the west of England. It's about half the size of Estonia, with a population of about 3 million people. It has its own language, Welsh, which is mostly spoken in the north and the west of Wales. So I joined the army in 2009 when I turned 21 when I was in training. I joined the army, part of me always wanted to join the army ever since I was a little boy. And then as I got older and I wanted to see more of the world, I saw the army as a way to enable that. So since being in the army, I've been all over the world. I've been to France, Germany, Poland, the USA, Canada, Belize, and now Estonia. This is my unit's second time in Estonia. We were first here back in 2017. We're here as part of a multinational battle group consisting of obviously us from the UK and soldiers from France and Denmark as well. It's our mission here in Estonia to reassure the population, the people of the Baltic states and Poland, and to deter any hostile activity towards NATO. So I've been here since March this year. There's one of the companies from my unit has been here since September last year though. Since being here, we've been on several big exercises all over Estonia. With this, we're enabling training with the Estonian Army, working closely with them and facilitating our own training and theirs. So my unit is a armoured infantry battalion, so we use the Warrior IFV, infantry fighting vehicle. It has a 3-man crew, a driver, gunner and commander. When we arrive in our unit, we initially train, will be a dismount, working out of the back of the Warrior, and then as we progress you become a driver, then a gunner, and then as you get more experience and promote you become a commander, and I'm a commander of this vehicle. This is my vehicle. So my role within my platoon, I'm part of a reconnaissance platoon. It's my job to push out in front of the main force and gain information on anything the battle group will come up against, and then feed that information back up to the commanding officer, and he then uses that information to make decisions on what the battle group's going to do. So my role within the Warrior itself, as I said, I'm a commander. I sit in the turret just on the top there with my gunner. As we're pushing through the ground, I'll be talking on the radio, passing up information to whoever it needs to go to, breaking down the ground, engaging targets as and when we need to. We also go on foot and dismount from the vehicle. From there we'll do reconnaissance patrols, again pushing out on foot, getting the same sort of information again, targets, the ground, things like that. We also go into what we call OPs, observation posts. We'll basically dig a hole and live in that for however long we need to, again get information on targets and the ground, or again all that sort of thing. So the Warrior has a 30mm cannon. It can engage targets accurately up to 1.5 kilometers or 3.5 kilometers depending on which ammunition type we use. That's mainly for engaging other armoured vehicles. It also has a 7.62mm chain gun, which is like a machine gun. That's for engaging more lightly armoured targets. So I really enjoy being a commander, whether that's of the vehicle or dismounted. I enjoy the responsibility that it gives me looking after the soldiers in my team, and then also I feel like I have quite an important role, because the information that I gain and then provide for the battle group, nothing really can happen without that information. So it makes me feel quite worthwhile in my job. So a normal working day for me is similar here in Estonia as it would be back in the UK. The day starts normally with PT, physical training, which would normally be, we'll go for a run or weightlifting, or what we call a tab, which is a fast walk or a run carrying all of our kit. After PT, we then come to the vehicle sheds where we are now and maintain our vehicles. There's quite a lot of work to keep them working at a high level, so that takes up quite a lot of our time. Once we've finished working on the vehicles, we'll then we'll have lessons in a classroom or outdoors, depending, to develop or maintain our soldiering skills. As you can see, between working with the vehicles and all the dismounted skills that we have, there's quite a wide range of skills that we need to maintain, so that takes up quite a lot of our time. In my free time, I enjoy reading and running, going to the gym and watching films with my friends. Since being here in Estonia, I've really enjoyed the hospitality of the Estonian people and the Estonian army, especially within Tapa camp. There's been a lot of improvements here since we were last year in 2017, and we really appreciate that. It makes our time here easier and more comfortable. I'm also really looking forward to, I've signed up to the Tallinn Marathon in September, and really looking forward to getting that done towards the end of the year. That's everything for my presentation today. Thank you very much for listening. We'll now move on to some questions from you. Okay, we've got a question here. It says, how often do you speak to your family in the UK? I try and speak to my family most days, whether that's I can just phone them or video call. There's a slight time difference between here and the UK. We're 2 hours ahead here, so that can be a little bit difficult sometimes. When I finish work, my family are still working or busy, and then when they're free, I'm getting ready for bed. So it can be a little bit difficult to manage that, but we get around it, and I still get to speak to my family pretty often. I've got another question here. It says, what did your parents think about your career choice? My parents are very proud of what I do. My whole family is. They see that, when I was 21, when I joined the army, as I said, it's really, even though 21 is quite old, I suppose, I still felt it was quite young, and it's developed me into sort of the man I am today, which sounds cheesy, but it really does give you a lot of life skills, a lot of character building, and I really, I enjoy that. Sorry. So we've got another question here. Where else have you been deployed? As I said, I've been all over. I listed the countries. In Canada, we go to a place called Bathurst. It's near Suffield. It's a massive training area. I think about the size of Wales. That really, because it's such a huge area, it really lets us shake out and do things as we would in France. I've been to Senzub, which is a large urban training complex. It's really a great training area. It's got all different sorts of areas that we would train operate in a built-up area, whether it's industrial areas, residential areas, commercial areas, all that sort of thing. It's a really great place to train. Where else? As I said, Turkey, Germany. Again, we use a lot of our armoured vehicles. We've got great ranges in Germany that we go to, and also a big simulator, which again we use for training. It says here, is my job scary? I don't really think my job is scary. We're really well trained. There's a lot of money and time and effort that goes into training us, and I think that prepares us well for our job. Within our job, there's so many different aspects. Like, yes, we obviously soldier in vehicles and dismounted, but back home in the UK, we help with flood relief, with the COVID testing, and helping the emergency services, all that sort of stuff. We have quite a wide range of things we're used for, and I think being exposed to all these different things stops things being scary. Being here in Estonia and working so closely with other nations, and whether that's the Estonians or with the French or the Danes, that really gives us a lot of faith in, again, the money, the time, the training, the equipment, everything that we use, that does help us be stronger together. I think, are you happy with that? Thank you very much again for listening today. I hope you now move on to your activity and you enjoy that. Yeah. Lovely. Thanks very much.